It is good to be back to talk sport. Yet again, it's the resumption of the 2025-2026 English Premier League. Yes, football is back, as most people will say, and all the fans jubilating across the globe that the English Premier League, one of the most fancied league in the world, is back and will definitely resume this weekend with Liverpool defending their title at home at the Anfield against Bournemouth. Welcome to Sport Mania, and I still remain the Sport Minister on Radio Double VVQ Vic. And with me is Pastor Bassi.
Mr. Barcy, yeah,
It's good to be here again.
thank you.
I know you're excited. Chelsea
I
and
can,
every other
I
thing,
cannot wait.
winning the Club World Cup, winning the Conference League.
Yeah, at least the break wasn't boring.
The break wasn't boring, exactly. The break wasn't boring with the whole 1 month of football in the United States.
Yeah,
I think football in the United States is just preparations for next year's
and yes,
World Cup. So yeah, just to
yeah,
see out stadium facilities and so on like that.
yeah.
Well,
Although may I still have some reservation in terms of their weather and everything. We've seen how they have to pause some games and all those ones. So I still have reservation about that.
but there's one thing you should know: it's going to be in the summer. That's what it. And most of the games will be played in the night, so you have to gear up for the World Cup. But that should be in a year's time. But we'll be looking at the English Premier League, and the other leagues also will go down this weekend, like the Spanish La Liga will also resume, and the French Ligue 1. But we are laying emphasis on the English Premier League because of some certain rules that have been introduced into the game. And definitely we'll talk about that one. 380 matches will be played within the space of 9 months. Yes, 380 matches will be played in the space of 9 months, and Liverpool will kickstart the campaign for this season. Now, looking at one of the rules, it has to do with goalkeepers not holding the ball for more than 8 seconds. And I remember one of my friends, my producer here, Funsho, he said, no. They are just trying to, take the fun away from the game. But what would you think about that particular one, 8 seconds? They actually gave an excuse that they don't want time wastage on the field of play. But what's your take on that 8 seconds for every goalkeeper not to exceed that time limit?
To me, I like it. I love it because we've seen situation whereby keepers, when they know that they are in advantage position, maybe they are leading, understand, in terms of goals, they will tend to like waste time, hold back on the ball. Sometimes you will see them holding ball to like 15 minutes or 15 seconds, sorry. They will hold the ball. It's so unusual. I like this very rules.
But some has likened it. They've likened it to what's his name, David Raya of Arsenal. They say he holds the ball more seconds than
Too much.
every other goalkeeper in the English Premier League. But do you think this will really curb a lot? Because I know in the first 2, 3 matches going into the third week, a lot of goalkeepers will make that error.
Yeah, they will, but with time they will adjust to it. But as I said, I like the rule very well.
Okay, he likes the rule. Probably is going to favor Chelsea more, especially when the season kickstarts. But let's look at captains only.
Yeah.
There is an infringement on the field of play. You are not expected to approach the referee
Mm.
except the captain. And if the goalkeeper happens to be a captain, he will assign someone to go speak on behalf of the players or to the referee. What will you make of that
But
rule?
this one, I think, is taking the fun away. It's
Just,
taking
just,
the
just like
fun
what my
away
producer will say,
because
taking the phone
this
away.
this very one are when the tension is high, everybody is shouting. Maybe we love those things in football.
Mm.
You could see maybe in a situation whereby coaches like Mourinho and then Guardiola, when they were clashing, you will see them throwing jazz at each other and then shouting, and then you see players, and then those things make us to like love
The
football.
football.
But this very one, I don't like it because now it will now make every player tend to like reserve their how will I put it, their words and everything.
Just
Understand? Because if you
as if they're
now
trying
rush,
to take control of the game,
yes.
even outside the field of play.
Did you watch that 2000? Is it 2008 Champions League? I mean the one that the very popular one that Barcelona no, did a lot of things against Chelsea. Do you see how Drogba went and then shouted at the referee? He went and then screamed at the referee because they're supposed to give a penalty and he did not. He wasn't. He wasn't the captain.
But
Understand?
that was a way of trying to douse down the tension. Now I'm not trying to stand by the side of the English FA trying to introduce all these rules, but I think it's a way of trying to curb, this over anxiety, especially of players on the field of play.
But when you are doing something wrong in the field of play, especially we've seen the referees come out with different in fact some referees spoil the games for you.
So of course
Understand?
we see
They spoil
some
a
referees.
lot of games for you, and then you don't expect me to react.
Or
I have to react,
the only thing they can do is to come out and show apologies.
and then they won't do anything about it. They will not reverse or replay the game or something. They will just that's their final decision. Now we've seen that very referee that blew for Chelsea came out and then said that he admit that he made mistake. Understand? Imagine that kind of thing. But Chelsea has lost the game.
But imagine how the season will be.
Yeah.
Are you expecting something different from last season? Because now we have like 2 weeks to the transfer windows to close. That's September 1st to close, and a lot of clubs are still shopping for players. Arsenal at least brought six. Chelsea also brought in some new players. Ruben Amorim is also trying to get pocket of players. And now, are you expecting anything different from last season?
No. Before talking about the expectation um, from last season, I think the football body they need to do something about this transfer window. I mean about transfer window entirely because you leaving the transfer window open till when they start the game and then the game is still on and then people are still doing are still transacting. Understand? Trying to get players from here and there. I think it's a kind of distraction. And if there is a rule that says that okay, before the start of the season, the transfer window closes, I think it will be better. At least it will make everybody to know you do your work before the game starts.
But
Because
the way I'm seeing it, if you're starting the transfer at the middle of August now, and you have 2 weeks, maybe when you put your players together, you can be say, okay, I think we still need lapses here. But if you remember also, many teams did not even do much on the preseason tour because most people were really focused on the club World Cup, trying to see how they can get players. But don't you think also the transfer window still be extended or still be brought forward?
no, I think it should be brought forward because already teams are playing, understand? And then if you are still buying player from here, that means you are now waiting for the season to kickstart, and then you now try to use that one to strengthen your team. And then you see maybe your strikers are not doing well. That's when you go and look for a striker. I think we need to. There has to be a balance in all these things. I don't really know how to put it well, but and to me, it doesn't sit well for me.
Well, it doesn't sit well with Pastor Bassi looking at the transfer. He feels he should bring it forward. If the season is starting, the transfer window should be closed. Well, I'm sure they have reasons. Also, remember that before the FIFA Club World Cup, the transfer window was open.
It was open,
They
yeah.
now shut it down. Then immediately after the Club World Cup started, they reopened it again, leaving it until September 1st. But let's see how it pans out. Changes can still come, and change is still open when it comes to football.
And talking about the expectation, I'm expecting this season to be better than last season. I'm expecting a lot of fun memories. Understand? I'm expecting like okay, almost all the teams have beef up their team.
Exactly.
Like we've seen Man U bring in some good players. We've seen Chelsea bring in some good players, letting go some. We've seen Liverpool, all the club in EPL, they've beef up their team. Understand? So I'm expecting stiff competition. Not like last season whereby it was only Arsenal and Liverpool that were running in EPL.
Even in the start of the EPL last season, nobody even gave Arsenal the room when they started.
No,
But
we,
now
we gave them. We gave them because they were last 2 seasons
they were second.
They were second. So how can you not expect such team to come in as first or something?
Okay, now look at Chelsea and Enzo Maresca.
Yeah.
When Ruben Amorim came in,
Yeah.
we thought he was really going to fight for that position to allow this team move forward. Now, with the coaches that we have on ground and slots for Liverpool,
Yeah.
what's his name, Pep Guardiola for Man City, Mikel Arteta for Arsenal,
No.
then Ruben Amorim for Manchester United. The battle between these two coaches, who do you think would do well? Knowing fully well that Chelsea is coming from that the Club World Cup where they won it. Do you still see Chelsea? Or which of these teams do you think would do well in your? Don't stand in for Chelsea now. Because I know you're a Chelsea fan,
Of course.
and there's anything that can still happen. But let's see how it pans out. Let's look at it generally. Just assume that you're not a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
How do you think this season will be? In my own opinion, I think it's going to be a tough season.
Yeah.
Except the first 15, 20 games will determine how far that team will go. But what's your expectation?
Number one, Man United. I will talk about Man United a bit. Now, it's not only about buying the best of players, understand, and bringing it. I think they need to be a kind of reshuffle in their management. I think the main problem is in their management. I'm still telling you that, mark my word, Man United will still struggle this season.
Wow.
They will still struggle. Forget about the players that they are bringing in. They will still struggle. And then also they are not playing a lot of competitions, understand? But even with that, they will still struggle.
But at least the lot of competition they're not playing should even be in their favor. They'll be playing the Carabao Cup, they'll be playing the FA Cup and the Premier League. Those are the only three cups
They have a managerial problem that they need to settle, but they haven't settled that. Understand? It will still affect them.
And you feel
whether
it's
we
still
like
there.
it or not. It's still
It's
there.
still there.
It's still there. And then talking about Man City, I would still say that Man City will compete for the league. Man City will compete for the league, in a sense that almost all their players are still together. I don't think that they bring in a lot of players, big name players like that, and they know themselves. Remember, ending of last season, they were picking points. Understand?
Exactly.
So they were beginning to understand themselves again. I think what really happened to them last season was that either fatigue. Understand? Because playing all those,
winning the other league
winning
and
the
stuff
other,
like that.
winning everything, and then coming to the new season, fatigue and setting, and there's no much expectation in their team again last season because they won almost every time that they needed to win. Understand? So I think this season is a new ball game entirely. Pep Guardiola will want to still leave a mark again. Understand? And talking about Arteta don't have a chance. I will still say it anytime, any day. I think I don't have a chance because he's a baby coach.
He's a baby coach.
Understand?
Okay, now we'll try to wrap up the show. Now let's look at the fixture so that you'll be able to drop your predictions in the comment section and let's see how it goes for you.
Yeah.
Now Friday night, which is this evening, Liverpool will take on Bournemouth. Then Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Aston Villa will be up against Newcastle United. Bretton Hall Albion will be up against Fulham. Sunderland will take on West Ham. Tottenham Hotspur against Burnley. Wolverhampton Wanderers will wrap up on Saturday against Manchester City. Then on Sunday, Crystal Palace against Chelsea. Nottingham Forest will take on Brentford, and Manchester United against Arsenal. That's the star game. What's your predictions for this game quickly?
Arsenal, Man U draw.
Arsenal, Man U draw.
Yeah. Liverpool will win their game.
Liverpool will win their game.
Start their game. Yeah, on the winning note. And Chelsea will still start their game on the winning note.
Against Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
Okay.
against Crystal
If it
Palace.
is there.
I know that they won this thing last week, but they don't have a chance against Chelsea. Chelsea are a team. They are a team to be beaten. I think it will be very difficult for anybody to beat Chelsea now as it stands now. Understand? So I think that's just it. And there's one thing you did not mention about the rules, and I think it's very vital.
Which one is that? It has to do with the body cam? With camera?
That not the camera installed on the rooms. I'm talking about the interview at break.
Oh, interview at break. Yes, I
think will bring a whole lot of problems.
Yes, I actually decided to. That is the thing. That was why I decided to skip it out. But hopefully, next time when we come on the show, we'll be able to talk about that interview during the break. But this is where we have to draw the curtains now. Where you can drop your comments in the comment section below. At least predict those games that feel will go in your favor. But don't put your mouth where your money will be. I still remain this popular star on radio. See you in our next video.